The strategy that took my e-commerce brand from 0 to 1.2 million in annual sales has nothing to do with some Facebook ads hack or some Google ads magic that will instantly 10x your ROAS overnight. As much as I would like to sit here and say that, it's just not the reality. The reality is that to scale past 1 million in sales in 2025, you need some advertising fundamentals in place, which most of the e-commerce brands I talk to just don't have. So in this video, I'm going to take you through these fundamentals plus every piece of advertising strategy I know, so that by the end of this video, you have everything you need to scale your e-commerce brand to 7 figures and beyond. To start with, let's talk about product market fit. This is where most brands flop. The products they sell are just not interesting, too expensive, or simply not good enough. I made this mistake myself with my other brand of supplements. I copied the playbook from my successful store, ordered a bunch of inventory, started paying for the ads, and nothing happened. It was crazy. I followed exact same steps as in my other store and struggled to even break even. I lost money on every sale. It turned out that the market was very, very competitive, and this range of products simply wasn't good enough. The brand wasn't known, it didn't have trust, and the products lacked that premium look and feel, and the prices were suspiciously low. Customers never bought more than one item at a time and didn't tend to reorder. It was a recipe for disaster. There was no amount of marketing voodoo I could have done to rescue it. The business just didn't work. The maths didn't add up. Thankfully, I followed my own advice and ordered only a limited amount of stock to prove that concept. I didn't invest too much in the website. It looked professional enough, but wasn't highly optimized yet. For that reason, it's crucial that you see promising numbers on the front end before committing any more capital to invest. That's the whole point of finding your product market fit. We're not always expecting it to be there, we're simply open for the market signals and act accordingly. If your product is successful at this stage, you're off to the races and it's almost certain that you'll make loads of money. For new product ranges, I like to limit the numbers of products involved. The fewer the better. And start with a small budget on Google Shopping, even something like $5 to $10 a day. You'll quickly see which products have sufficient impressions, good click-through rates, and which ones just burn money. Remove the losers from your shopping feed and allocate more budget to the winners. Rinse and repeat. If your initial ROAS is at least 50% of what you need to break even, there is hope, and with further optimizations, you can make this product a success. But after nailing the product market fit, there's one more thing that e-commerce brands will usually neglect when setting up their advertising, when in reality, it should be the first thing they actually do. A lot of e-com owners are really happy that they get initial sales, so they bank the money and move on. But it's the wrong way of looking at it. The goal isn't to make sales, the goal is to get and create loyal customers. If you make friends with your customers by providing value, they'll know, like, and trust you. Having customers trust is paramount. It's the only way to increase their lifetime value. My customer lifetime value increased by 40% when I stayed in touch with my customers over email, sending them useful information and helpful tips on how to get the most of the products I sell. Increasing the customer lifetime value by 40% allowed me to spend more on ads, effectively doubling the number of new customers I got each and every month. To increase your customer lifetime value even further, make sure your offer is competitive. Prepare a bundle of products that will make it such great value it will be irresistible to your customers. Offer additional units, upgraded models as upsells, highlight the additional benefits, and only a small difference in price. Finally, if your product is consumable, you must offer subscriptions. This is by far the most effective way to increase your customer lifetime value. This next step I'm about to share with you is perhaps the most disregarded of all of them, and yet is the one that drives the most results. A lot of brands crash and burn through no fault of their own. They do everything right. They have the right product, they have the right offer, they have the right ads, but nothing seems to work. Sometimes the reason is so simple it's hard to believe. They're advertising in the wrong place. Instead of advertising fashion on Google Shopping, try TikTok or Instagram. If you're selling spare parts, however, you will not have any luck targeting the social platform, so stick to Google Shopping. Your product has to match the advertising medium. The scroll-based consumption is very different to intent-based searching. You only need one advertising platform to hit 1 million in sales. I have much more success advertising my supplements on Google Shopping than on Facebook. The ROAS is 3 times better on Google than on Facebook. In business, there are no bonus points for difficulty. Choose the platform that suits your products best and just enjoy the profits. By the way, if you need some help implementing some of the stuff in this video, you can click the first link in the description to book a call with me, and I'll see how I can help you scale your e-commerce brand. Now I'll show you something that will completely change how your ads perform. Most people think they're doing it right, but they're actually doing the complete opposite. You might be producing high-quality, polished meta ads that look great. You might even be proud of yourself for doing so and paying an advertising agency thousands per month to deliver those, but they simply won't work. People have developed so-called banner blindness. You can see it in your ad account by click-through rates lower than 1% and how low the engagement is. People simply scroll past ads that look like ads. For that reason, your ads need to fit into the look and feel of the platform, be relatable, stop the scroll, and be engaging. Your ads need to create a burning question in people's minds, but they can't stand to leave unanswered so that they'll click. That's the definition of a hook. You need strong hooks that will stop the scroll and promise a transformation. The benefit of more engaging ads is much lower ad cost, as you pay by impression, not a click. This in turn will make your ROAS go up and allow you to spend even more to reach even more customers. So make sure your ads don't look like ads, but closely resemble organic content that's highly targeted to your customer profile. Now, this next strategy might seem really weird, but it's the secret that allows me to outspend every competitor in my space. Most brands only look at the top line ROAS to ensure that they're always profitable on each and every sale, but that's a very short-term thinking. If you always need to be profitable, you will soon run out of the hot audience you can sell to. Your budget will always remain small, and you will only sell a handful of units each day. However, by focusing on the customer lifetime value and simply breaking even on the first order, you can unlock a massive scale. Once I switched from the profit first to prioritizing lifetime profit, everything changed. This single thing was the biggest takeaway from the $8,000 coaching program I paid for. Here, I'm offering you that $8,000 of value for free in a YouTube video. However, there's still more to be done. In order for your lifetime customer value to be decent, you still need to do a lot of work. You'll need to lead with trust and credibility, position your brand correctly, solve an actual problem with real demand, and that's only for starters. Next is working on your retention techniques, where email marketing is king. Implementing email marketing in a correct fashion will increase your customer lifetime value by 40%. This is the hidden growth lever in e-commerce. You simply have to use it or be left behind. The final step is what separates the brands that scale to 7 figures from those that stay stuck at 5 figures forever. To really squeeze the last drop from your advertising budget, you also need to make sure it's spent at the right time. Facebook is notorious for that. It will always spend all your budget regardless of the outcome. Google is slightly better, as it only charges you for actual clicks. That's people's interest. Facebook just shows your ad to some randos in the middle of the night and leaves it like that. Nobody buys. That's not Facebook's problem. It's not Facebook's problem, but it's your problem. So watch your budget like a hawk and jump in at first sight of trouble. To find out what you need to change, look at historical sales data in Google. It should look something like this. Based on this, we can clearly see that our store is much busier on weekends and between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. If we increase the ad spend during these periods by 20%, the result should be great. Google Ads does that through automated rules within the platform. To start with, try a gradual adjustment, making bigger moves as you go along once you see this is working. There's a lot here, but if you take any of these strategies that I've mentioned, I'm sure you'll see growth in your sales in as little as 30 days. So thanks for watching, and I hope you got value from this video. At this point, you have two options. Do it yourself, knowing all the problems you'll face, and I wish you the best of luck, or work with me to help you scale your e-commerce brand to 7 figures. Click the first link in the description to book a call with me, and I'll speak to you soon. My one-to-one coaching program focuses on doubling your sales in 90 days or doubling your profits in 24 hours with a money-back guarantee, because I practice what I preach. I only work with a small number of clients at a time to ensure results, so if you're serious about scaling your e-commerce business to $1 million a year, click that link now and let's talk. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more advanced e-commerce strategies, and I'll see you in the next video.